There may be two extraterrestrial forces at work. They could be enemies.
Echoes are a highly compassionate race.
The explosion we picked up, they detonated their own spacecraft's engines.
They would rather lose their own lives than be put to some violent purpose.
The NDs took our people and put things inside their brains. 3 are dead.
The cerebral implant appeared to self-destruct, causing non-survivable injury.
1 is a murderer at large, and 1 is a friend of mine.
Your blood tests and scans reveal no abnormalities.
I've not got an implant.
But you were taken by them. Had they no plan for her beforehand, they would have devised one.
What are they doing to us, Tyrell? You've been given the all clear by the doctors. Maybe the NDs have spared you.
But what for?
They come, they conquer. They can't be stopped. Earth is alone now.
I think we've lost him, boss.
I know, we've bloody lost him, Tuffley. I've come to that remarkable conclusion by the fact that Wing Commander Friday is neither in our grasp, nor is he a distant speck on the visual horizon. Psst.
Post-mortem examination by Wing Commander Selway, Dr. Chu, Professor Mackenzie. Echo Uniform Oscar, extraterrestrial of unknown origin. Alleged extraterrestrial. Subject recovered from crashed re-entry vehicle, suffering from cardiorespiratory complications of near drowning. The cause of death, a heavy blow to the head. Subject
Lieutenant Tyrrell's ready to be seen by Air Marshal Bentley.
Age indeterminate, with face and habitus resembling pan hypopituitarism.
Yes, thank you.
Internal anatomical features.
I'll see him right away.
Numerous meningeal plaques. The body contains multiple deposits of foreign tissue.
It's like the ND samples we've got.
Is that what they did? Began to make the echoes after their own image.
Have you shown this to anyone else?
No.
It's ND tissue.
Maybe the broken skin of her wound was open to infection in the ND environment. It could just be an isolated lesion.
Or it could be the same process we saw in the dead echo.
We'd better call the General.
Not before we have all the facts. Until then, Dr. Tucker is to be accorded the rights of confidentiality we'd give any patient. It's our best sample of their tissue. Enough to test a toxin. I think it's most likely an infected wound.
That's all?
No more serious than an abscess or an ulcer. I think we'll be able to remove it. You'll be called when we're ready for you.
I was taken by them in 1944. Subjectively, I have aged only a little because I have been traveling through space at speeds close to that of light. I have traveled to their nearest colony, some 20 light years from Earth, studied their culture and the language.
And what corroborating evidence do you have? Well, photos, film, artifacts. If you visited their planet, didn't you think to bring back any souvenirs?
I never visited their home world. It lies too distant. Some of their crew spend a whole lifetime in space without ever...
I think you should take a look at the sample from Dr. Tucker.
It's decomposed already.
There's no way of getting a toxin.
I need living flesh.
Activated its systems for a few seconds, but it started sending out a homing signal, so we moved it here for security.
What definite evidence do you have that this aircraft is extraterrestrial in origin?
Well, its flight systems are a hell of a lot more advanced than anything we've got. I mean, we can't even figure out what it's made of, but look at it.
Well, what I'm looking at is the likelihood that one of our rivals has a sophisticated new weapon, and that NATO has charged you with making an assessment of this new weapon's capabilities.
Sir, what we're looking at is far bigger.
Look, David, we have no knowledge of other worlds, but we do know about enemies right here on Earth. And we don't know about alien races, but we do know about human deformities. And now we're told that these aliens, these echoes, no longer exist. But instead the threat comes from the mystical NDs, the only evidence of which is a handful of yellow slime. Now, what you've got, David, is a dead freak, a living lunatic, and a bit of mangled metal. And I, for one, think that quite searching questions are going to be asked about how Major General Reese is running this operation. I mean, about what exactly he's doing with the taxpayers' money.
With respect, sir, 3 eminent pathologists are about to conclude that that freak isn't human.
Drake!
And our own expert has said the yellow slime comes from no creature known on Earth.
That's enough.
And we all have enough flying hours between us to realize this vehicle isn't just some secret prototype.
You said your piece, Drake.
I'll arrange transport when you're ready to leave, sir.
Yeah, right. Thanks, Helen.
So what's everybody else doing?
Well, we're covering our own airspace, looking at all places you'd expect. Satellite reconnaissance of our enemy's flight test facilities, so forth.
Yeah. Any leads?
No. Look, David, your brief was to study the aircraft, no more. Other departments should be dealing with all this other stuff, not you.
You want me to hand everything over so it gets spread across 15 different commands, all with their heads up their
David, if you don't stop...
I won't. I can't.
It could be your career.
Well, I'm not going to put that ahead of my duty to defend us from this threat. I won't. I mean, this is happening.
So prove it. Make us all sit up and take notice. Give us something no one can argue with.
Everyone's after proof. Well, there's only one way to get it. We have to capture one of the bastards.
But we don't know who they are, where they are.
So we bring them here.
No matter who or what they are, we're still breaching our own security.
I know the risks.
Sir, it's putting the station and our staff in needless jeopardy.
My responsibility.
Sir, why can't you let this go?
If I screw up, you'll get your shot. Until then, it's my call.
You must be out of your mind. You'll be like lambs to the slaughter.
They have weaknesses. If we trap one, we'll be able to find ways to kill them in large enough numbers.
Large enough numbers?
To win. Your army file still has you charged with desertion. You were away 50 years. 50 years in which the NDs plotted against us and you knew about it and did nothing. Did it really take you that long to work out the Echo's formula for lasting peace and harmony? Or was it another example of you having no stomach for battle?
I returned when it was my time to help, and you attacked me without provocation and sent me crashing into this war, which you have brought upon yourselves. You've learned nothing in that time, nothing!
Then help us, Charles. Help us survive so we can have peace someday. Help me make up for my mistake.
This is madness. We can't win! They will come here, and they will take every man, woman, and child in this installation.
We should pass Friday's description on the police.
All they need to know is he's an officer gone AWOL, no more.
Yes, Mom.
Ma'am?
There's some process occurring in Amanda Tucker. There's foreign tissue forming in her body.
What's happening to her?
I need to study her.
She ought to be confined.
And I'd respectfully point out that when the other abductees proved to be security risks, all were confined apart from her.
General Reese felt our contribution to the project was too valuable to be lost.
You and I may dispute the nature of our enemy, but we are in complete agreement. The enormous security risk it is to lure them here, even more so with someone on the loose who could be connected to them.
Why not take this straight to the General?
If this attempt goes wrong, it's plain to me that this will be your command, not his.